People who own XRP, welcome back to the Coins Alert program. Let's talk about everything. A big thank you to the XRP troops for all the love they have shown for the updates. You guys should keep helping. You know what to do. And of course, your boy takes care of you every day. So guys, all things considered, today is the first day of the month and things are going really well. I don't think anyone is really upset. Now everything is fine, which is of course cool to see. You should know that Bitcoin actually took off this morning. Bitcoin has moved out of the range it had been stuck in for about a week and a half since our last report last night. We're also trying levels again that we haven't seen since February. There is of course a lot of energy right now. I don't think anyone is really upset. At $2.22, XRP is up 1% in USD and down only 1.3% in Bitcoin market cap. The 24-hour trading amount is about $2.1 billion, which is getting close to $130 billion. But before we go any further, as always, I want to make it clear that nothing on this channel is meant to be taken as financial advice. When you invest in crypto, you should always do your own study and good sense. Let's start with this crypto market cap of $3 trillion. Yes, you heard that right. And Bitcoin is actually the leader right now. You guys already know this, but I keep telling you on my show every day, Bitcoin is the currency of choice right now. Take a look at the power to see what's going on. It's really that simple. You're looking at the power, which makes you feel very strong. There is also no doubt that altcoins will move in sync with Bitcoin's current movement, but not with that huge movement that we all know about. But you can see that the power is growing. The altcoin market is very exciting. And I'm sorry, but this Bitcoin price isn't good for the altcoin market. When I'm really excited, I tend to get carried away, but you guys are looking at Bitcoin as really showing the way. I also don't think it will be a surprise if Bitcoin hits an all-time high. This is what we're going to talk about first, and then we'll talk about the price. You know, the Middle East and Africa are two of the most exciting places for businesses to start using crypto, and Ripple is proud of that. We're proud to be in the lead. We're the first payment service provider approved by the Dubai Financial Services Authority to use blockchain technology. Our services range from global payments to safe crypto storage. Don't forget that we talk about changing the way money is handled in the real world. Of course, the old method is no longer useful. This is where Ripple payments come in handy. We need something new. And of course, as digital assets are talked about more and more, and as crypto assets become regulated, demand for them will rise, and not just from regular people. This is where custody comes in. I'm really excited about this, and it just sheds some light on. You already know what's going on and what they're building, and it's not in North America. It's not just North America. They're building all over the world, which isn't new. We know about that on this channel. However, take a look at this, the M2 market for Bitcoin money. You should know that the world M2 supply against Bitcoin has been pretty much pegged. As we all know, the global supply of M2 rose quite a bit, and many experts have looked at this global supply of M2 in the past. You looked at the chart and saw that there was a good relationship with Bitcoin. This time, Bitcoin is following the trend. Again, this is very, very interesting, because Bitcoin is going with the flow. Is Bitcoin about to hit a new all-time high? It looks like it is. Are you aware that M2 is a world supply that we need to pay attention to? This is what it looks like, because if you look at the historical picture of the M2 supply and Bitcoin, you can see that they are very strongly linked. But you know, moving on, Mr. Man says something really cool. Feel free to share this with your group and let's talk about the price. Over 50 US money transmitters are already allowed to use Ripple, and the two companies are working together on CBDC projects. Ripple is set to officially partner with XLR in May 2025, which is this month. Using XLR's advanced cross-chain infrastructure, this arrangement should make XRP much more useful across different blockchain networks. In simple terms, this means that more people won't be limited to just one blockchain setting. It will become more adaptable and easy to switch between communities like Ethereum and Cosmos. In May 2025, there will be a lot of changes to regulations, new facilities for liquidity, and new developments in digital IDs. This is a very important time. It's because of moves. This month marks a very important change. When compliance technology and institutional framework coverage are in place, XRP will be a key part of the next phase of digital banking. As the month goes on, it looks like this will be a month of liquidity, unlock points, XLR and Cobalt upgrades. This is similar to what happened from March to April when the protocol was prepared with lower prices and more institutional appeal. When Ripple and XLR join forces in May 2025, it will be the first time that their rules will be the same. However, interoperability is likely to get worse as the US Treasury and DOJ change their rules. On April 20, 25, stablecoin frameworks went live online in the UK, Jamaica, and the US. They will be used in 5 digital ID and payment system launches in Canada, the EU, and APAC. That is a very interesting point of view. But let's see what's going on. It makes sense that power is rising. It looks like Bitcoin was able to break out of the 96K range. You can see this for yourself. We stayed around this level for a while, but then we broke out and went up to almost $98,000 BTC. For those of you who look at it every day, let's refresh it immediately. You should know that BTC broke out to this 97.3 level. Well, it's clear that we were stopped there. Of course, there is a lot of resistance around this range, but remember that the resistance we were facing is now acting as a level of support for Bitcoin. When it comes to XRP, there have been no big moves into the 23.6. There's no doubt about that. People just don't notice it because dominance is so high, but we're not on our station. Anyone who bought something yesterday, if they did, knows that they paid an average of $2.12 for it. You did notice a rise of about 6%, right? You're slowly but steadily going up into the 23.6 web zone, so there aren't any big moves. It's clear that we haven't tried this level again since March 19th. Of course, from April 7th on, we're still expecting prices to go up by almost 40%. Things are going well so far. I'm still in the 38.2. Figure out how important the 38.2 is. I do think that we will get to that fun part of the process sooner rather than later. What if Bitcoin is the one that the first step toward an all-time high is dominance to continue to rise with Bitcoin? After that, we see dominance falling, and altcoins really getting ready to take off. I think XRP is going to have a great time based on how it's standing up so far. Allow me to describe how it's holding up right now. It's been through a lot, even though you know. In the last 2 months, there was a lot of change. The price of XRP didn't stay below 50 for very long, maybe a few hours at most. That tells you how much force it has. Yes, I agree that if ETFs are allowed, it will really change the game. But let's take it one step at a time. I'll take care of you guys. We'll see you late at night in Crypto ZX.